Hey, welcome to another video from Skinny Medic. You guys have been asking for this review for a while now. This tourniquet here hit social media pretty hard a few weeks ago. Everybody's talking about it, so I appreciate Snake Staff Systems for sending it to me. This is their brand new tourniquet they developed. This is the everyday tourniquet. They've got two different models here. They have a 1 inch and an 1.5 inch version. We're going to take a look at them. I want to give you what I like about them, what I think could be improved on the tourniquet. With their 1 inch, their big push is for everyday carry. Obviously the name of the tourniquet, which I obviously stand behind. I think you should be carrying a tourniquet on you. We're all about carrying our firearms, extra magazine, knife, flashlight, all that. But very few people actually carry medical on them. Let's take a look at the 1 inch version first. This is the one that really hit the market that people are talking about. I do like the 1.5 inch, but this is the one you guys probably want to hear about. So it is a windlass tourniquet, which is important when we're talking about one-handed application tourniquets, things like that. You need this mechanical advantage to actually make a good tourniquet. The 1 inch strap here is Velcro, so when you put it on, kind of the same concepts as your other tourniquets here. Pull it, get it into your workspace. Don't put it over a joint, things like that. My elbow's right here for you guys fussing. Pull this super tight. Okay. And then you turn the windlass until the bleeding stops. And now, boom, there we go. It has a little chem light here that breaks when you apply it. This chem light's already been broken because we used this tourniquet in my Skinny Medic trauma class yesterday to let the students take a look at it and see what they thought. All right, let's see if we get a close up here. So this is your base plate here. This is the chem light that I was talking about. So as you turn the windlass, it locks into the little wings here and has a little gate that's going to stop it from coming unloose and unwinding. So we'll take a look at it here. Pull it tight. And then turn the windlass. Whew, that hurts. So it locks in. Boom. On the tip here, we do have directions. That way, in a sudden moment of panic, you don't remember how to apply a tourniquet, or you throw it to someone else and you're trying to walk them through how to apply a tourniquet. You do have some verbiage here that talks about how to apply a tourniquet. The windlass itself is strong. Like, it feels strong. You're not going to break that. Like, it's not bending. It's not flexible. It feels nice and strong. The stitching looks good. So a couple of places here we can see the stitching. This is where it comes together. So to me, the stitching looks good. It looks good overall. All right, so one of the things they brag about the 1 inch tourniquet is that it fits in a mag holder, pistol mag holder. So you can see here, rifle, pistol, boom. So it does fit in a regular magazine holder. So if you want to trade out a mag for a tourniquet, you can do that. All right, so tourniquet's on me. Can't really see it very good, so it's hidden. Enough to carry in my pocket, no big deal. Whoop. All right, oh boy. Whoop. Negative points, some bad things. Not bad things, some things that you need to be cautious about. 1 inch tourniquet. The research and the data shows that the narrower the tourniquet, the more pressure it takes to compress the artery. So you're going to have to spin this, and it's going to hurt. Tourniquets hurt generally, but this is going to hurt. Possibility that in someone who's got very muscular legs, that you may not be able to occlude the blood flow with one tourniquet. I feel like on most people's arms this is going to work. I feel like on kids this is going to work, elderly, things like that. This tourniquet, the 1 inch version, will work. With the 1 inch version, you're going to have more pain. Your possibility that you cannot get the artery occluded in a large muscle, arms or legs, and the more possibility that you could cause nerve damage, things like that. So here is their 1.5 inch version. This is more compatible with the TCCC guidelines for recommendation on tourniquets. Now, this has not been TCCC recommended. There's just not enough data out there to recommend it at this point. Same concept here. This gets pulled super tight. Turn the windlass until bleeding stops. And lock it in. One of the things we noticed in class was sometimes the students had a hard time getting it to go into the gate. So they've wound it tight, they've got it where they feel like they've got blood flow occluded, and they go to go in and it hangs up, like they can't get it in there. So I do feel like if this was a little bit wider, this would be helpful. But most of the time it worked just fine, but every once in a while we'd hiccup and you'd have to kind of like force it to kind of go into the gate. So obviously I know you guys want to see it compared to this one here. So this is the 1-inch version versus a cat tourniquet. You can see, we'll just undo them both so we can see the length here. We hang them down. And there we go. So tip to tip, roughly the same length here. And now here you can see the difference in the width versus the cat tourniquet versus the new everyday carry tourniquet. If we have the 1.5-inch version here now, which is the same width as the cat, you can see they're the same width. Like this, make it easier. And then there we go. The base plate itself looks really well made. It's nice composite here, and there's not a lot of stress going to go on to the tourniquets here on the base plate. I think you're going to see most of your pressure here on the stitching and on the windlass, and you can see windlass feels nice and steady. And the stitching, to me, I'm not a stitching expert, but the stitching looks good. Overall, honestly, I'm excited about this tourniquet. I'm excited that it's something a little bit different. They've got some cool ideas here. I wish them the best of luck on this tourniquet. I think there's some little small areas that they could improve on this. I'm interested to see some third-party data, some real research on this tourniquet to make sure that we're all good to go on that. But from the early looks of this tourniquet, it's good to go. We had the Skinny Medic trauma class yesterday, and quite a few of the students played with this, and they really liked it. They enjoyed the tourniquet, thought it was easy to use, very little instruction, kind of 15-20 minutes on tourniquets, and we threw them tourniquets, and they were able to use them. I'll put a link down to Snake Staff Systems website. You can check it out. Check out more information on their tourniquet there. I appreciate them sending me the samples. Thank you guys for watching. You never know when you'll be the first responder. Remember, you need the right gear and the right training.